All righty. What's up, everybody? Another edition of Parx Sportsbook presents Stick to Hockey Live coming up today at 1 o'clock. We've got quite the day on hand because the Flyers have extended the contract of a very polarizing player. That would be Rasmus Ristolainen. Oh, let me just open my Twitter mentions. People are freaking out. People were freaking out when they thought that they were going to extend him at 6 times 6. That's not the number they signed him at. They signed him at 5 times 5.1, and people are still freaking out. So we'll get into the whole thing. There's a lot to talk about, obviously, when it comes to Rasmus Ristolainen, and we have 3 guests today on the show. We're going to have from sportsology.com, EP Ringside, Russ Cohen will join us, get his thoughts on Ristolainen. Anthony Sanfilippo, who was kind of all over the Ristolainen extension for a couple of weeks. We'll talk to Ant on today's show as well from crossingbroad.com. And we'll also have Tone's takes and give you some great NHL plays. And Tone is scorching hot right now. We'll tell you where to put that $500 risk-free bet when you get the Parx Sportsbook app, open an account, deposit, and no promo required. And Tone will give you some NHL plays, some player props, games, all kinds of different stuff. So that's all coming up today. Again, Rasmus Ristolainen extends with the Flyers. The analytics community is freaking out. The eye test community is rebuffing. Where do you fall in? Somewhere in the middle. So we'll discuss it. It's a conversation I really wasn't looking forward to having again, but we got to have it because now they've extended him to a 5-year extension. We know what Chuck Fletcher gave up to get him. The Flyers re-signed Ristolainen to a 5-year contract worth an average annual value of $5.1 million. So again, Anthony Sanfilippo from Crossing Broad, Russ Cohen from Sportsology.com, and Tone's takes on another brand new edition of Parx Sportsbook presents Stick to Hockey Live. And make sure you get that Parx Sportsbook app, download it, deposit, and get that first bet risk-free up to $500. And you get all kinds of different stuff to gamble on. Obviously, player props, same game parlays, live in-game betting, exact score, first to score. You can bet the puck line. You can bet the money line. You can bet it all. So make sure you get the Parx Sportsbook app and reap the rewards of getting that $500 risk-free bet. And follow them on the social channels at Parx Sportsbook on Twitter. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as well. And we'll get into the whole thing coming up today on another brand new edition of Parx Sportsbook presents Stick to Hockey Live. We'll